What's up? Happy Thursday. Welcome back to the FlutterFlow live stream. We're in honor of this. I wore my FlutterFlow jersey because, I don't know, I felt like it. I saw it hanging on my wall. I was talking to Alex yesterday, and it just brought back a bunch of memories. Good memories. So today I wanted to dive into something that is pretty applicable for most projects, or like most SaaS projects, right? Like you want to give users the ability to change the theme or to update the theme of the application to match their own branding, right? I can see this. Let's say, for instance, our prayer app. What if we didn't want to brand it Know Him? We wanted to brand it Powered by Know Him or something like that. Which that's the app we're going to be working in, because I do want to implement I don't know, it's 2025. We don't always have to have purple. I liked it. I do like it, but I want to implement a black and white, black and tan theme as well. I don't necessarily need to change our entire branding look to adhere to that, but I like to give it maybe an option. We're just implementing paywall feature, so a pro feature for the Know Him app, which would give users access to groups, community groups, management of those groups, admin roles, etc. And with that, I think they would also get these custom themes that users could have, and they could essentially just say, "Hey, I want to brand this like my church, or I want to brand this like my organization." And then when they share a group, users would have the ability to update their branding to that group branding. So this is going to be a twofold educational series, because one is how do you do this that is scalable, right? How do you set up a custom theme, outside of the FlutterFlow theme that we typically use. I typically use FlutterFlow theme for everything, right? So how do we do that? There's a lot of tedious work that's going to be involved. We have 100 and let's see, it's going to be a bunch of work. We have 150, 60, 160 or so pages and components in this app. So I'm not gonna bore you all with the tediousness of it, but what I want to do is I want to show you how I set stuff up, how I would set it up in a data type, right? We're going to set up a theme data type. Good morning, Eduardo. Thanks for joining, dude. We're going to set up a theme data type. We're going to set that in the app state. We're also going to set that as a user level, right? So we'll grab the theme from the user document, we'll set it in the app state. Eventually we may have organizations or something like that. I guess we have prayer groups, and I guess we'll have that. We'll have the theme set in the prayer groups as well. So, and then we're going to have obviously the theme page. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, hey, we're going to default theme, modern theme, and maybe some funky theme. Those would be the three options. I'm going to just predefine them so that we don't have some random colors that don't really mesh with the UI. That's going to be the easiest. And then I think a key to this sort of working is really it's the ability to utilize components. You have to utilize components when doing this. So we have a bunch of buttons everywhere. We can't use just random buttons. Even the theme styles we can't really use. We have to use components for those buttons. So let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to dive in. Okay, so here's my community page. This is the one we're going to adjust and update. I have two views for this. So I have the pro view, and I have this is the default. So here now I can do this. I think we are going to just set this custom tab, search active, loading content. I'm going to do search active for now. And I'm going to change that search active to is pro. Okay. yeah, and it's going to be false to begin with. We actually are setting this up to where obviously it links to RevenueCat. You have the ability to sort of sign up and hit a paywall, go through RevenueCat, check out, and then come back here. But this page has a lot of theme, right? So let's go ahead, and I'm going to call it custom theme. All right. And we're going to say, name. It's going to be a string. Logo. This will be a image path. We're going to do primary. And it's going to be a color. We're going to do accent 1, right? Just so we can map this like very correctly. Secondary color, accent 2, color, and we're going to do tertiary. So there's going to be 6 colors here. Color, accent 3. Okay. Color. All right. For now, we'll start that. And we'll just start with, we'll create a custom. Our custom theme will be set in our app state. So let's go ahead and say this will be our selected theme. Or you know what? Available themes. We're going to just make this available themes. Data type. Theme, boom, is a list and it persisted. We're going to keep these in the project. And we're going to be able to just create one of these. Sweet. So modern. We're not going to use that for now. So for our colors, we're probably going to use, and this is where you can just come in. Our primary, I guess I want to be, do we want a different color? Maybe we do like our tertiary. Maybe green is our, no, we'll do this. We're going to do this darker color. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to set this up. I'm going to do our green as our primary. And our accent, and same thing here. Secondary will be our red. We're going to do our errors here. Boom. And tertiary, we're going to do just a dark primary text. And I'm going to say these are going to be disconnected. So these colors are only going to stay like this for now. Then they're going to update into just hex codes, hex values when we save that. So, all right, so that's the first thing. We want to set up basically a custom theme in our app state, and we could set up 2 of them, right? So this would be our second one, and this one would be like default primary. Accent, secondary, boop, accent, and tertiary, and accent. Cool. All right. So this will be our 2 themes that we have available. And here, like this little guy, right? We have, like I said, lots of color here. So what we're going to do is we're going to, instead of attaching these to this stuff to our default theme in FlutterFlow, we're going to connect it to an app state, right? And I guess we should say, so we have the available options, and we should have a selected theme. So let's go ahead and say selected theme, data type, theme. Perfect. This will be And I'm going to set, basically on home, I'm going to just set the theme with this first item to begin with. So let's go ahead and do that just for now. We're going to say, hey, look, on page load, update app state, rebuild current page. We're going to say set selected theme, set value with app state filtered. Ooh, let's see, selected theme. Oh, no, sorry. Available themes first. Okay, cool. We'll create the select theme page right after this, but what I want to do is I want to tie this to our selected theme. Selected theme, perfect. And I'm just going to do our primary color, and the default value will just be our primary here. Okay. We're just going to just copy that. Paste. Same thing here. We're going to say accent 1. Boom. Okay. This little guy, prayer status. So we're going to just dive into this. And we have this indicator. Okay, secondary, tertiary, accent 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll hook this up to tertiary and just set it to that. Same thing here. We're going to actually set this up to accent 2. Because yeah, this actually should be accent 3. Boom. Okay. Cool. Shadow color. Dun dun, and fill color. Nice, selected theme. Okay. Cool. Sweet. All right, so we're going to do the same thing here. Just change this to accent 1. And accent 3. So if you set this up, like your project up from this in the beginning, super fun, fairly easy, right? This is tertiary. I think this is secondary too, so yeah, this was yellow. But yeah, this will all, same thing with this, right? We're gonna just come in here, I'm gonna adjust this guy. And we're using everything within FlutterFlow. So we have primary, accent, and then our gradient as well is actually with the colors from FlutterFlow. So we're just going to do that. Primary, perfect. Same thing, accent 1. I'm just updating those for perpetuity's sake. Same thing here. We have boom, primary 1. Builder value required, okay. And accent 1. Accent 1. Okay. So what we're going to see here, which is going to be really cool. Let's see, this is the overlay. I'm going to do the gradient up top too. All right. So this one, we'll just do our primary. And we have to have our builder value in here. Okay. Then our secondary here. Secondary, builder value, secondary. Cool. So this page is really gonna change when we come back to it. So we're going to just custom functions, check those custom functions. And then we're going to create our, what we're going to do is we're going to create our selection page, right? We can select the theme. Right now we're just saying, hey, set this theme. We don't want that. We want the ability to select themes or to select a theme for a group. And really we could change this, quite a bit. So here we have like the groups. So this as well, we could change to our primary. Same thing here, right? We're going to just change all of this stuff to our primary color from the selected theme. Boom. Same thing, we're going to just do this. So, like I said, we do have a lot of UI in this app, so I'm not going to do all of this, but just the basics, like for this one page, and even the paywall. We'll maybe do a paywall too. What are you doing? Hey, I am creating a custom theme in FlutterFlow. So, as you can see, we are, our theme is purple, right? Sort of boring. People can say that. I do really like it. I think it's nice, but I wanted to create sort of like a custom, more modern theme, more like what I've been doing in some other live streams, which is like black, white, tan. I think this is a vibe. But yeah, right here, see, as we can see, we already have that coming through. So what we've done, Arun, is we've created a data type. We've created a data type for themes. Then we've created a list of available themes in app state. And then we've created a selected theme in app state as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to save that to a user, and we're going to save that to a prayer group probably. What up, Kareem? Thanks for joining, dude. And so on this community page, we have updated it. This should all, like here, I'll join this wait list and we'll see the update. So there, okay, cool. So we have one thing. So in the theme, in the selected theme, I've actually changed the primary color to this green, the secondary green. And we could also do like, obviously just black. So let's come in here, and this guy, this indicator, we have to do this fill. Yep, right there. Cool. So, and we're just, instead of setting our colors, our theme, like the colors in our application from the FlutterFlow theme here, we're actually setting them from the app state, the selected theme here, right? And then we have these available themes. And so what we're doing is we're just going to select one of these available themes, which is pretty cool. So, and that's what we have. So this is obviously purple. This is our primary theme here. Over here, we have our secondary theme. We could change this, we could really change this up. So if I grab, I'm going to open up my Figma, install my next launch, and I'm going to grab my coffee theme. Oh, let's see. Marketing assets. It is sort of hard to do that. But let's just, sorry, I'm going to try to find a good theme from my projects in Figma. So, boom, nice. So this is not bad. And the goal would be that we have, we could also do this down here. Like we're using a component here. So we're just going to set this from the selected theme. So let's say we used my no code UI theme, right? Where blue is the primary color. That's a good option, because it would be drastically different, right? Blue, a very strong blue, is going to be pretty drastic. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to copy over my blue here. We're going to create a new theme in my app state. So these are just available themes, and we're going to provide the option for somebody. Let's see, we already have a modern, so we'll say business. And we'll just add in my color here. Boom. That's good. Accent 1, we're just going to do that same color at 30%. Cool. And then we also have a purple in this secondary color. So we're going to just do that. And we're going to do 30%. Perfect. Okay. And yeah, we'll do red. We really have a green, so I guess we'll just do our green. And sweet. So it's slightly different. This green is slightly different, but okay. And then what we're going to do is, again, on this homepage, we have this. We're just essentially like pre-selecting a theme for them, because we don't have the create theme or choose theme, which we're going to. I'm going to create that modal next, and that's going to be the fun part, hopefully. And then essentially what you have to do is, or what we have to do is, we really have to set all of these buttons and stuff from a component. So instead of like having a primary button like this, what you want to do is you want to have a single place where you manage that style. You don't want to have to track down all these buttons. And so I'll create a button component that has an action, right, an execute callback, and that has basically pre-selected. There's going to be like 3 button types. There's going to be primary, secondary, and like maybe tertiary and neutral. So we'll do 4 button types probably. But yeah, so this guy, we're going to create a component out of UI button. Cool. And we're going to take this action block, because we don't actually want this. We want this to have an action. Action. Cool. And we want this to have a text value, or value button text is what I'm going to call it. String required, join waitlist. Okay. And on here, we're just going to add in that execute callback. Sweet. And then we can come back to that prayer page. Pages, prayers, community launch. Perfect here. And on that action, we will just paste in our action here. Join waitlist. Cool. All right, sweet. And then here we have the ability to just say, hey, get my selected theme. So this is what we did earlier, I think before you joined. We say get our selected theme, select our primary color here, and just have a default as the primary color. So if a theme is not selected, if a theme is not selected, then it's just going to be our default theme. All right, and here we're going to just say accent 1. Okay. Cool. Now, this theme is green, right? Now we're going to do I'm going to say do it the last, right? Like set this theme to the last one in the list, which will be our blue color. And I'm going to just, I'm going to do this guy because it's going to really change the game when we set this from, oh, I should actually saving this before implementing custom themes. This is something I want to do in the app anyway, so I'm going to do it, but just before we mess up anything else, more so, let's go ahead and do this. So we will start with this guy. Cool. Primary data, yep. We're going to do accent 1 here. Same thing, accent 1. So yeah, this gives you the ability to, you can always change this. You can provide different options. You can provide users the option to create their own themes. And it's just highly customizable, which is really a lot of fun. So yeah, okay, we're gonna do this one, accent 1 and accent 1. Cool. All right, and we're just going to hot reload that. And this should all update. Well, this should update and the rest of this should update to our border color. Okay, I like that. Hi, good guy. Are you going to bed? You're supposed to go to bed. Good night, buddy. Love you. All right. So we can do the same here. We can do primary and accent. Boom, boom, boom. And I will eventually do this. Sorry. Yeah, I just want to see like the main. Okay, nice. This is not looking, I think we need to update it because, yeah, this one is accent 1. Okay, perfect. So it should, same thing, accent 1. That's what we want. I don't feel like this was updated before. Ooh, nice. Okay, so this is our theme here as well. So we will update that. Ooh, freeform move. I want it this guy. Nope. That guy. All right. Cool. So yeah, we have this. And then this one should update to the latest one in the list. So we have this set to last list item. Let's go ahead and just hot reload. And of course I need to update like all of my lotties, right? But yeah. Okay, sorry. I want this to take up the fullness of the screen though. Size. 100. Cool. All right. So let's go see if this is adjusting. It does not seem to be adjusting. Do we have that? Oh, this is default. Do we save that? Do we save that app state though? Selected theme, 3. Yeah, we saved it. Primary business. Okay. All right. So it's the last list item. We're going to see if that updates it, but this should all update to our blue theme on this page. And even this one, I'll remove this image or I'll change it, you know. But let's go ahead and do this UI button because that's another important thing. So we're going to call this, we're going to say button types. Ooh. Type. We're going to say primary. Oh, obviously, I don't need a data type for this. I want a enum, actually, because I want pre-selected options. So, button type, we want primary, secondary, tertiary, neutral. Is that how you spell neutral? I don't think it is. Oh well. Somebody can correct my spelling there. Eduardo, thanks for coming, man. So you can see it's like, yeah. I will move my camera, Eduardo. Sorry. I was so here you go. Nice. So this is our last theme, right? We have purple up here and blue as the we have blue down here, blue right here. Nice. And we'll also have, we'll have blue in this theme right here. So yeah, okay. So we have this enum button type here, and we're going to go to our UI button, and we're just going to say type enum button type. Okay, and it's required. Perfect. And then we're going to create, right? This is going to be our primary. We're going to create a conditional. And we're just going to say, look, if single condition button type equals to primary, show this one. And if not, show this one. And we're going to have two others because there's 4 total. So we're going to say, copy this, paste that, boom, paste that. Secondary. And then this button is going to be our secondary. Secondary. It's going to have body large because the fill cover is going to be accent 1. Border code is going to be our primary, actually. Primary, sweet. And then, we probably want to, copy and paste this, eventually as well. This is only a mobile app for now, so this won't matter as much. Evan, thanks for joining, dude. Yeah, this is fun. It's going to be fun. So I do enjoy this sort of the freedom I have in FlutterFlow to create all of these things. So neutral, and this one's going to be a tertiary. And the beauty of this is there really was no double work. We have the text already associated with the value, with the button text, and the action already associated with the execute callback. So I'm just changing, some preliminary styles here. So this one, fill color is going to be accent 2. Actually, I use this accent 3 a lot because it's our green and our primary one. And so that is really what we do. Sorry. Tertiary. Okay, cool. All right. Tertiary. And then our neutral is just going to be this one is going to come from the theme for now. For now, it's just going to come from secondary background. And this border color is going to come from our accent. or sorry, no, I'll alternate right here. So cool. I'm just going to change. We will implement that. We're going to implement like, yeah, we're going to implement, and I'm going to do primary right there. So that's where we're going to select it. We can change that, obviously. Every condition must be set. Okay, so this one, we need to set this condition, and it's going to be set to tertiary. Sweet. And we'll name this button type. Cool. And we'll check the custom functions. Cool. Oh, and we did, right? This is our prayer page. I'll bring this over here so y'all can see it. So we have our prayer habits. Last week we worked on, implementing something like this. I ended up going away from my implementation because it sort of sucked. It didn't really work. We went with a slider package, and one of my developers implemented this as a custom widget. So we have this, it's working, it's great. I have like times per week I want to pray. I have prayer reminders, so I want to be reminded, at these times in the evening. My goal is to pray by the 30th, right? I want to accomplish this goal. And then I have a little review here. 8 times a week. I want 7 times a week. Yeah, 7 times a week. And then I can complete my prayer goals. Boom. And then, we have this ability. If we pray, right? Pray from list. See, all of this stuff would be tied to our theme. We'll do this and this. I'll pray. See, this is tied. Nice. We'll complete. We'll just let this timer run for a little bit, for a quick second. Yeah, man. Okay, so we'll quit that, or like complete our first prayer, or our prayer, and boom, you're on a 1-day prayer marathon. Small steps, right? I've tried to gamify this a little bit. And then we are 43% done with our goal. We've prayed 3 times this week, which is really cool. So, all right, dude, I'm really enjoying this. This is going to be solid. So now we have like 20 more minutes. Let's go ahead and create a theme selector, because I'm a designer, right? I want to create the hey, Quenlo, thanks so much for joining, dude. Good to be here. Yeah, we'll see how long we keep this up. But yeah, dude. So yeah, this is let's go ahead and create a page. I'm just gonna find. I'm gonna go to Mobbin, and I'm gonna bring my Mobbin over here. Just give me a second. I'm gonna bring up Safari and Mobbin. I guess we could look up Drupal too. Theme selector. You see, it's a little more than dark light mode, right? Like we want to, yeah, it's more like this. Something where you preview the theme. Oh, whoa, look at that. Theme preview, theme selector. Interesting. Sort of like that. I wonder who did it. Yeah, something like this. This is okay. Not really the design I want, but these are decent options. Theme selector, nice. Yeah, something like this. I sort of want something like this. I feel like I'm going to do this mode, and I'm going to put a little phone there. I sort of like that. Maybe we build that out, and we just let somebody preview it, and then that's how they select. So, and we'll have the colors underneath it as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that, dude. I think that'll be I think that'll be nice. I wish I created it as a list of colors because that way we can dynamically show it. All right, we're going to show this as well. Theme selector. Yeah, a lot of these are just basic, light, dark, boring. This one's pretty cool. Also cool. Blueberry. Okay, yeah. I mean, like, Uggy. It is cool. Let's see. This is nice. Something like that, right? Like I said, like a preview. Yeah, I feel like a preview with like maybe the colors. The primary colors would be cool. So let's do that. Yeah, this is too basic. We can do better than that. It's all right. Sweet. So that gives us some inspiration, right? So let's go ahead and create a theme selector page. You know what? Let's go ahead and try this AI. Why not? We're going to copy this or download the screen. Boom. All right, I'm going to say, yo, foo. Let's see, is that a PNG? Nice. Upload from computer. I think I can just drag and drop, right? Maybe. What did I say? Yeah, page component. Okay. Upload from computer. We're going to go to downloads. And I have it here. Okay. I would like to create a theme selector page that shows a preview of my UI, very similar to the design attached. Yeah, we want it to be a component. It will fit into a page, but I want it as a component so I can put it in a page, or I can put it in a modal or a bottom sheet. So that's like, I mean, I don't know, we're 43 minutes into this. The core of this is obviously creating something that's scalable. So, knowing and understanding what things need to change. So like another thing that will change that I'll probably implement after this is like background. So I'll probably have like 4 other neutral colors that I'll be able to select. It'll be background, primary background, secondary background, alternate, because the line color really plays in. And then the overlay here. So this overlay is going to play in as well. I have some additional custom colors like glass that eventually I will bring in. But so you have this, right? Not bad. So this one will be, right, if we implement, we can go there. We'll try to implement our custom colors here as well. So, yeah, now we're going to say selected theme, accent 1, Oh, and then here, this is going to be really nice. All right, we're going to just copy this. And we're going to paste this. Primary. Display value has to happen in the gradients. So this one will be our secondary. I wish the default in the UI builder display could be like the same. So keeps going. There's nothing I enjoy on YouTube more than this live stream. Hopefully that's what you mean. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate it. So I'm glad. I hope people can find value in it. I hope people find value in it. So I try to make it pretty common. And then this button, right? so that was one, that's core, right? I was sort of going over the core to this. Data type, store colors, the ability to like store them locally, hopefully, and then feed them in from a database. So we will have like a theme data type for users or for prayer groups that we can like preset stuff from, but we don't always have to call it back in to get that. And then components, obviously, for buttons. So we're going to just add our UI button here. UI button. And we're just going to apply our padding from this one to this one. And we already have some custom text here, so we're just going to copy and paste that here. And we're going to say, boop, right there. This is going to be our secondary buttons. This is going to be the outline. And then I don't think we have an action on. Oh, we do have an action on this. That's sick. We're just going to copy the action. Copy action chain. Sweet. And we're just going to paste this in here. Cool. Navigate back. This doesn't need to be navigate back. It needs to be dismiss, I think. Bottom sheet. Okay. Cool. Awesome. So there's that. Let's see. We also have some stuff up here. So we'll leave it for now. We did change the button and we changed that. Yeah, we can't do multiple of these. See, I should have done component here. This is why you do components. All right, quickly. No, you know what? Backgrounds. We already have this accent 1. Cuss. Of course we don't. Boom. All right, we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna see if our AI, see, isn't that beneficial? Hopefully AI came up pretty close. It was able to do my creative stuff and I'm stuck with the tedious stuff. LOL, that's the opposite of what we want, but yeah, you know, but UI generation, it really isn't that great. So, or like, it's not. I would rather be doing, I don't know, problem solving or something. So I could do anything with my time. I just chose to do this. And I want to show it off because I think it's sick. We're gonna do that. This. And this. This should be the last one, hopefully. And that should all come from conditional action. Gosh, that's annoying. What was this? Annual plan and purchase annually. Okay, so this is just a action output. We probably need to, purchased annually for some reason and purchased monthly. I don't know why when you copy and paste this, those things happen, but cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just update this. And then all of this, so this gradient, background, icon text, they should all come from our new theme. And let's go ahead and see our new generated component. Hey, you know what? I mean, this isn't terrible. Not bad. You know what? I'm not going to be mad about it. I wonder, okay, so they're sort of tied to colors. Yeah, not bad. I'm going to change this, but I'll give it a 4-star. I'm going to say theme selector. Oh, theme selector. This will be the component that allows users to change their theme. Cool. Awesome. All right, so this, not bad. Yeah, BG. Cool. I'm going to just remove that, or I'm going to move this icon over here. We're going to left align this. That's in a row. That's not bad. This container itself, we're going to just do 8 pixels. We're going to say glass 20, glass 10. I'm going to do a box shadow, and we are going to do 12 pixels. Okay, cool. This is going to be the card. All right. And then this guy, we want to obviously adjust, right? Like this is a pretty terrible. Let's see if we can paste this. This would be our primary color. Perfect. And we'll just do this. Cool. And this one's going to be our accent 1. Accent 1. Cool. This one will be, oh yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to, okay, so these are our selected options. This should go to a grid place with a grid. I can't because this would cause an error. We don't have scrolling there. Let's see, scrolling, no. Row, yeah. Okay, so maybe these, oh, these are expanded, okay. So we'll just unexpand. Okay, these are obviously infinity. Perfect. Cool. Because what I want is obviously this to, I want this to be dynamically fed from the available themes. And so we need this to, I want a grid view of this, obviously. So that's what we're going to do. And this one is still expanded. Okay, I think we can unexpand it now. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and this, we can replace this with a grid. Okay, maybe not. Well, that's okay. We can still, because essentially we just need one of these. This guy. I'm going to take this. Boom. Boom. And we're going to remove it. We're going to say grid. Let's start on this guy. Of course. It's because those grids need we're going to say 600. The problem we're having is it's going to cause a breaking because it comes expanded. Okay, yeah, that's just what we're going to do. Yeah, it comes expanded. So I guess that technically we needed to have the column that we were trying to drag it into be expanded. So to 0.06 or 5. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what we want. We want 2 of these. We do not want this to be primary. We want it to be shrink wrapped. And we want this, we'll just do infinity. Yeah, for now. Okay, cool. 7, no, 6, okay. And we want this grid view to come from our available themes. App state, available themes, perfect. Okay. Sweet. So this is what we're going to do. Instead of this, we actually don't want the selected theme. We want the theme item, data type, primary, or this actually comes from an accent 1. Sweet. Okay. Awesome. And so this way, we only have to do this once, and we should be able to see all of our primary, or our colors. So, okay, so this is primary. We're going to also do like our secondary here. We're going to do our accent 2 here. Okay. And we're going to do probably going to drag these guys over here. Cool. We'll do our tertiary here. Tertiary. Cool. I don't know why why the copy paste did not work. But we'll do that. And we'll just do our accent 3. Cool. All right. We are going to just wrap this in a container. And we're going to say select theme. Okay. Quinlo, this is actually like a live application, so I won't be able to I can send you the web version to where you can see this application, but I can't share like the FlutterFlow project because this is a sort of a personal client project that I'm working on. But okay, app design settings. So let's go ahead and let's access this so we can actually see this. Let's see. We don't want this expanded, right? Okay, cool. That way we don't have to have this infinity. Okay. But I guess, yeah, we do want this to be scrollable though. Okay, cool. I'm going to remove this padding. We're going to add it to this grid view. And we're going to add just 16, and then 16 at the top. Choose your appearance. Theme below. Okay. Cool. Whoa, medium. Why is that 12? All right, and then on this last one, all we want to do is change the selected theme. So update app state, selected theme to current theme item. And obviously, we want to dismiss the bottom sheet. Okay. All right, I'm going to community launch this. I'm going to say this is in our profile. Okay, so we already have this. We have one of these. I'm going to come up here. Okay, move that. Theme settings. Boom. Theme settings. What's a good icon for this? Theme, paint. Yeah, something like this. Cool. We'll just update this. We'll say on tap, haptic feedback. I'm almost done. I know I'm over, but bottom sheet. Show accent 4, enable drag, theme selector. Sick, dude. All right. So let's come back to this community launch, and we're going to just disable this action. Cool. This is the only page we change stuff in, but I'm going to just reload. The goal is we come to our profile, we see our theme settings down here, and we can select a theme, which will update everything. So, and eventually it will update all of this stuff too. So, okay, so we have our profile page. Let's come over here, go to theme settings. Nice. Okay. So blue, green, purple, obviously like we can adjust this. Boom. We change to green. Nice. Hey, I like this. I mean, obviously we need to fix this, but blue, oh, this can be good, especially when we change this stuff. So, all right, I'm super happy. Evan, we are using Firebase for the backend on this guy. We are using Superbase on a number of projects, but using Firebase for this. So really enjoyed it, really enjoying it. And data types work so good with Firebase. It's really, there's a lot of workaround, sadly, for data types and Superbase. Superbase just stores stuff as JSON, and you have to have a custom function to convert it to JSON and convert it back to data type, etc. So this was just a lot easier to do. So yeah, well, guys, I hope that this makes sense, that it works, and that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to go through and just, I'll do that for sure. And then on this grid view, I'm actually going to just expand this guy. I think I can do that. Yeah. So sweet, guys. Well, you all have a great rest of your week. Thanks for joining. And yeah, thanks for, I hope you guys can implement this in some of your projects where, you could essentially create custom themes for your application. So super fun. Super fun. Awesome. Well, we'll see y'all later.